My name is Jim. I am a 32-year-old guy, and I was married to Daisy, who was 29-year-old when we got divorced. We had a perfect marriage. We met through a common friend and started dating. Dated for 3 years and then got married. Got a small house, and it was all perfect. Just like a Disney movie. Everything seemed perfect. A beautiful wife, a stable job, and a sense that life was on the right track. Little did I know, my world was about to crumble. It all started with a seemingly innocent text on my wife's phone from her coworker. Despite her assurances that it was just a joke and that he acted that way with everyone, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. That day I let it slip but kept in the back of my mind. A few days had passed and I was still not able to let the feeling go away. I decided to install a spyware on my wife's phone and clone it on my laptop. So one night while she was asleep, I unlocked her phone using her fingerprint. It was a risky move, but I was somehow able to pull it off. I cloned the phone, and now I will get every notification and every call will be recorded. The very next day, I checked the laptop and found that she was chatting with her coworker, and the conversation was not very social. It was a bunch of dick pics and close shots of my wife's glory hole. I saved all of that. Determined not to let her betrayal go unanswered, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I wanted to make them both pay for the pain they caused me. Before initiating divorce proceedings, I plotted my revenge meticulously. To ruin his marriage, I collected enough evidence from my wife's phone, including compromising pictures and explicit messages. I ensured my actions couldn't be traced back to me by using cash for Visa gift cards, maintaining anonymity as I signed him up for gay adult magazines and adult toys, all delivered discreetly to his home. His wife received it. I guess he got a large stick up his ass that day. But I didn't stop there. I wanted his secret life to become public knowledge. I sent flowers to his workplace, signing the cards from his supposed gay lover, Samuel, with explicit messages that would fuel office gossip. I even took it a step further, making requests on the local radio station, posing as Samuel and publicly exposing AP's affair for everyone to hear. Amidst the chaos, I kept a facade of ignorance, and surprisingly, my wife began to distance herself from her coworker. She started showing me more attention, but I remained distant, knowing that the ultimate reckoning was on the horizon. As the rumors about AP's sexuality spread, I intensified my efforts, reveling in the chaos I had created. Revenge became my driving force, and with each calculated move, I inched closer to seeing my plan through to the end. I went all out, signing him up for every free brochure about gay cruises, vacations, festivals, and anything else I could find. His mailbox soon overflowed with junk mail from various gay resources, making it impossible for him to ignore. I didn't stop there. I had all the materials sent to his workplace as well. In the midst of this chaos, I decided to contact his wife. I revealed the affair between my wife and her husband, providing proof of their indiscretions. She was initially in denial, thinking he was having an affair with Samuel, not my wife. I deliberately left the other aspects of my revenge shrouded in confusion. Adding to the fire, I stated that your husband might be swinging both ways. Despite her initial confusion, she promptly filed for divorce. With AP's life in ruins, I shifted my focus back to my wife. I orchestrated the serving of divorce papers while I was at work, ensuring she knew that I was behind everything. Alongside the papers, I sent her a single dead black rose and a note that read, "Our marriage has been dead for months now. You killed it when you started cheating with AP. I heard life hasn't turned out very well for him lately. That's a real shame. Now you can join him in the divorce club because we are through." Her devastation didn't move me. She had betrayed me, and I had achieved my revenge. I felt a satisfaction I had never experienced before, convinced that I had made the right decision. The next day, she left. I kept the house and the car, and she took all her belongings and hers. The divorce process was surprisingly smooth, and I'm relieved it's finally over. Some might view my actions as cruel and unusual, but in my hurt state, I felt like I had no other choice. I felt compelled to make them experience the same pain and betrayal they had subjected me to. It was the only way I could move forward and initiate the healing process. As for my ex-wife and AP, their lives never truly recovered. AP's reputation was so tarnished that he eventually had to leave town. Rumors circulated that they attempted to reconnect, but the damage had been done, and the thrill was gone. They could never return to the way things were, and I couldn't help but relish in that irony. Reflecting on the entire ordeal, I admit to feeling a twisted sense of pride. I had seized control of a dreadful situation and turned it in my favor. I showed them that they couldn't simply trample over me without facing consequences. Looking back, it's a stark lesson. Betrayal carries consequences, and if you're not careful, you might find yourself on the receiving end of someone's wrath. More importantly, it serves as a reminder that you have the power to take control of your own life and emerge stronger on the other side. Life is too short to let others mistreat you. Stand up for yourself and never forget that you deserve better. Now, for the second story. It was a typical Friday night, and I was hanging out with my girlfriend of 2 years. Things seemed fine, but my world crumbled when I discovered some suspicious text on her phone from an unknown guy. Confronting her, she eventually admitted to cheating on me. I felt devastated and betrayed. After tears and arguments, I decided to break up with her. It was the toughest decision, but I knew it was the right one. The weeks that followed were challenging. I missed her despite knowing I shouldn't. Every couple I saw reminded me of what I had lost. However, a few months after our breakup, she called me in tears, revealing that her new man had dumped her after finding out about her infidelity. Strangely, I felt a hint of satisfaction, as if karma had caught up with her. She begged me to take her back, claiming she had made a mistake and missed me. Part of me wanted to believe her. I did love her, but another part knew that trust once broken is hard to rebuild. I sought advice from friends, and they all warned me to stay away, labeling her as bad news. Despite their advice, I couldn't shake the feeling that maybe she had changed. So, against better judgment, I decided to meet up with her. We went to our old cafe, a place filled with memories. Seeing her again was surreal, like stepping back in time. She looked tired and worn out, not taking care of herself. Yet, that familiar smile still had the power to stir my emotions. We talked for a while, and she seemed genuinely sorry. She admitted her mistake, acknowledging that she couldn't undo it but wanted to make things right. She professed her love and the desire to be with me again. Part of me was tempted to say yes. I missed her and wanted to believe in her change. However, another part knew I couldn't easily forget the pain she had caused. I needed to be sure she wouldn't cheat again, that I could trust her. So I told her I needed time to think. She didn't take it well, upset and crying, expressing her inability to imagine life without me. While I understood her feelings, I knew rushing back into a relationship wasn't the answer. Trust needed to be earned back, and she had to be serious about making amends, not just seeking a rebound. In the end, I made a tough decision. I couldn't take her back immediately. I needed time to heal, unable to erase everything that happened. She didn't handle it well, got angry, and left the cafe, not to be seen or heard from again. Fast forward a bit, and life took an unexpected turn. I ran into an old high school friend, reigniting our connection. We discovered shared interests, went out a few times, and before I knew it, we were in a relationship. My story taught me valuable lessons about myself, relationships, and the importance of trust, the foundation of any meaningful connection. Sometimes letting go of something good opens the door to something great. There I was, thinking things were going well with my girlfriend of 2 years. We had our ups and downs, but overall, I was content. Little did I know that my world was about to unravel. It all began on a typical Friday night when I stumbled upon text on her phone from a guy I didn't know. Confronting her, she reluctantly admitted to cheating on me. Feeling like a fool, I decided to break up with her. It was heart-wrenching, but I couldn't stay with someone so dishonest. The following weeks were tough, filled with reminders of what I had lost. But then, karma seemed to intervene. A few months later, she called, sobbing about her new man dumping her upon discovering her cheating. Part of me felt a twinge of satisfaction, but I wrestled with conflicting emotions. She pleaded for another chance, claiming she had made a mistake and missed me. Despite my friend's advice to stay away, I couldn't shake the feeling that maybe she had changed. We met up to talk, revisiting the cafe we used to frequent. She seemed worn out, but that familiar smile persisted. She apologized sincerely, expressing regret and a desire to make things right. Although tempted, I knew I couldn't instantly trust her again. I asked for time to think, which didn't sit well with her. She left the cafe angrily, and since then, I haven't seen or heard from her. In an unexpected turn, I reconnected with an old high school friend. Our bond grew into a new relationship, teaching me valuable lessons about trust, letting go, and finding something great after letting go of something good. Life is too short to let others walk all over you. Stand up for yourself and remember, you deserve better. As I started reminiscing about the good times we shared, a wave of nostalgia swept over me, making me ponder if forgiveness was possible. But then, the flood of lies, broken promises, and the pain she inflicted reminded me of the harsh reality. I couldn't allow her back into my life. I deserved better. It's been a few months since I last saw her. Thoughts of her linger at times, but deep down, I'm certain I made the right choice. I've come to realize that I'm better off without her. If she's truly out there, selling herself to the highest bidder, I can't help but feel a sense of pity for her. While she may have believed she was getting the best of me in the end, she only succeeded in cheating herself.